Hello and welcome to a beginner's guide to using WordPress. In this first lesson, you'll learn what WordPress is all about. You'll learn what a blog is and also make the difference between WordPress.org and WordPress.com. So let's begin. WordPress is basically a software for the web that you can use to build websites or blogs. But everybody knows what a website is. What about blogs? Well, blogs are like journals on the web. Think of a journal. It has individual entries, right? With a separate date, with a separate topic, and so on. Well, blogs are very similar. They're places on the web where you can share your thoughts, or if you own a company, for example, you could share various tips and tricks or news about products you're developing. The uses for it are really diverse. So what I'm going to do now is show you actual examples of blogs. The first one is the WordPress.com blog. So as you can see here, there are individual entries, each one with a title, maybe an image, and then a description, a number of comments, and a publish date, as well as an author here on the top. And this goes on and on. We have, as you can see, different entries displayed in reverse chronological order. So the newest ones are on the top and the oldest ones are at the bottom. Let's see another example, the WordPress.org blog. This looks different, but the structure is basically the same. Title, publish date, publish author. Here, additionally, we have some categories that post or entry belong to. Then we have the blog post content, and at the bottom, some sharing options. Let's scroll down. As you can see, more and more blog posts. And if we go all the way down, you're going to see a link, older posts. This will take us to another page. So as you can see in the link here, we have news/page/2. So these blog posts can be organized into pages. Another example, for example, the We Build Envato blog. Again, this looks different, but it's very similar. Publish date, author, title, content, and if we scroll all the way down, we can see more and more blog posts. And here we can see a link again to older posts. Let's check out the market blog. Again, this looks different, but it does the same thing. It displays blog posts. So the difference here that I want to show you is it has different options for the pagination. Instead of old posts, it says next page, but essentially it will still take us to another page. And there's also a pagination control where you can manually select what page you want to go to. Another thing that you'll find common to most blogs is the sidebar. So if we check out this blog from WordPress.com, on the left side, you're going to see individual blocks of information. We have a search tool, we have a subscribe box here, we have a list of posts, and so on. On WordPress.org, the sidebar is on the right side. So this is basically a blog. It's a collection of individual entries called posts. And the software you can use to create such a blog is WordPress. Now, WordPress is, of course, one of the many platforms that can be used for this, but it's one of the oldest as well. And at first, it was only used for creating blogs, but ever since then, it has grown so much that nowadays it can be used to create really powerful stuff like e-commerce websites, like forums, like really complex websites. So it's not just a blog tool anymore, it's a CMS. And a CMS is a content management system. Okay, so now that you understand what WordPress is, how do you get it? Well, first of all, you can use WordPress.org. Now, this is more developer-oriented in the sense that you have to manually download WordPress and installing it on your server. It's not hard, but it does require a few extra steps to have a working website or blog. If you want to keep things really simple, you can use WordPress.com. Now, by using WordPress.com, you can get a hosted version of WordPress, meaning you don't have to download anything or install anything on your server. Instead, WordPress does everything for you on its own servers. So you need to go to WordPress.com. You need to enter your site address, for example, using WordPress.wordpress.com. So everything you create here will basically be your site name .wordpress.com. So let's go ahead and create the website. Here it basically prompts you to create an account, and then you can specify the blog address. In here I have an error, so we cannot use a dash, so just using WordPress, and apparently that site already exists, so let's say on using WordPress. Okay, and this domain is basically available. But you can do a lot more with this. You can buy actually your own domain. So if you click on this box here, you can choose a .com, a .net, or any other extension from this list here. And after you do that, you can also upgrade to some more plans. So definitely check out this page, see if you find anything you're interested in. But for the purposes of this tutorial, we are going to use the WordPress.org. As I said, this is more developer oriented, so we're going to download WordPress and install it on our own server. And I recommend you do the same. And that's basically it for this lesson. Next time, you'll learn how to download WordPress from WordPress.org and installing it locally on your own machine. I'll see you there.